Hello people, today I'll be giving a basic tutorial on MySQL queries. But before moving into the actual queries, our first task in MySQL is to select a database, for which the syntax is use keyword followed by the database name. I have taken an example here, use city assistance. Here the city assistance is the name of our database. To check which tables are stored under your database, the show tables query is used. As you can see here, under my database there are three tables: assistance, city details and member details. See the query to retrieve all the contents of the table. The syntax will start with the select clause followed by the name of the attributes of table that we want to print. Since here we want to print all the attributes, therefore we can also use asterisk symbol. Then it is followed by a from clause and then the name of the table from which we want to fetch the data. Let's take an example. Suppose we want to fetch all the details of the city details table, then the query would be select asterisk from city details. The output of the same query is attached here. Here we can see the contents of the assistance table, and here is the content of member table. Let's move to our very first query. In this query, we need to retrieve family ID, in which city they are living, name of the family members and their date of birth. Our first approach is to identify which table do we need for this query. So, for this query, we require the table city details and the member details. The query starts with select clause followed by the name of the attributes we require, then the name of the tables. Since here we have more than one tables, therefore we will create an instance of each table. At last, the where condition in this query will help us to remove the extra rows created due to the cross product of two tables. Here is our second query. In this query, we need to find the total number of families getting assistance. So, before moving into the query, have a look to this table. This is a table from which the query will retrieve its data. In this table, there are 6 rows that are getting assistance, but some of them belongs to same family. So we will count them only once. For instance, take example of family F1. So there are 3 members from family F1 that are mentioned in the table are getting assistance, but they will be counted only once. Now let's move to the query. Since we need to count the families, so count function will be used. So the query will be select count family ID from. Now here it is important to choose table from which the data will be retrieved. If we choose member details, then the repeated family IDs will also be counted, which will give the wrong output. So what to do now? Now here we introduce the concept of inner query. In MySQL, we can also retrieve data from the output of a query. Now our task is simple. We just need to retrieve the distinct family IDs who are getting assistance. That means their cat ID can't be null. So our inner query will be select distinct family ID from member details where cat ID is not null. Now we just need to count these family IDs. So finally our query will be select count family ID from select distinct family ID from member details where cat ID is not null. At last we need to create an alias of the derived table, otherwise it will give an error. That's why we have created an alias A. In the third query, we want to retrieve the city-wise total family assistance. Let's go through the query. Select city name. This will retrieve the name of the city. Sum amount. The sum function will add the total assistance amount from city details, member details and assistance. Here, along with the name of 3 tables, we have created instance ABC respectively for all the 3 tables. Since these instances will help us to identify that which attributes belongs to which table, where a dot family id equal b dot family id and b.cat_id equals c.category. This will discard the extra rows that are created due to the cross product of these three tables. Group by city name. Since we want our results city wise, that's why we grouped our all the data city wise. In this query, we want total number of working members of each family. So, in this query, the count function will be used that we have already seen in the previous query. So, the basic logic behind this query is, since all the working members are listed in the member details table and the members from the same family will have same family ID, so we will count the number of times same family ID is being repeated in the member details table. Therefore, the query for this will be select family ID, count family ID from member details group by family ID. Here is our last query. In this query, we want to retrieve the name and the salary of person getting maximum and minimum salary. This query will have two parts, for maximum salary and for minimum salary. Let's just focus on maximum salary part first. So, just to find the maximum salary, we will use the query select max salary from member details. In this query, we have used the max function, but we also want to fetch the name of the person getting this salary. So our query will be select name comma salary max as criteria. Here this word max as criteria will create a column. The name of the column would be criteria and the content of the column will be max, which denotes that this row contain the name or the detail of the person getting maximum salary, and if the content will be min, then it will denote that this row contains the details of the person getting minimum salary. Moving ahead, from member details, now the details will be fetched from table member details where salary equal. Here a condition arises. These all details will only be printed if the salary equals. We will put the query that we have used just now to find the max salary here, and if the both salary matches, that means the salary is maximum and the details of that person will be printed. Similarly, we can use this query for minimum also, just that we will use the minimum function instead of maximum function, and to combine the result of both the queries we will use union. So you can see in the screen, we have combined the results of both the queries. Here our tutorial comes to an end. Hopefully, after watching this video, you will be able to do some basic queries on your own. It's all about practice. So keep practicing. Thank you.